You just draw over the first line. Once na you do erase, you erase the surface of this paper, it will damage it. No? Okay. So there's no requirements on any title block because you are allowed to do any scale. You can do everything freehand. I do everything freehand. Okay. So you can do everything freehand. Pagdating ng board exam, sometimes you don't have time. You really don't have time to do the plotting. So for me, I just do freehand everything. So just to give you an idea for board exam in interior design, it's really 3-4 times harder than architecture. Okay. For interior design, you have to. It's a requirements that you have to put colors in. Architecture, before during my time, we have design class. We have to draw buildings. Now kasi wala na. No? But during my time, it's black and white. We don't have to paint it. For interior design, you really have to show the color scheme. That's why it's harder. Okay. So you only have 1 day to do it. First, that's a total of 3 days. First day will be design, and then the second and third will be like the other subjects. Okay. So for the design, they will just give you a design problem, 2-3 sheets of paper, and then they will provide everything like all the tracing papers and boards. Okay. Before this is the board that exactly the board that they use, even the brand. That's why the final and major plate is with this. Ito na yung mismong ibibigay sa inyo sa board exam. Now I think they change it a bit. Okay. So as long as you cover more than 70% of the area of the paper, I don't mind. No? Usually I will just do freehand. Okay. Just don't forget to put your name on ink. No? This is plate number 1 for the seat work. Okay. Okay. Title for plate number 1 is flat wash. So the goal is to paint this whole area evenly. Okay. So watercolor is quite hard, no? I don't know. Is it your first time to use watercolor?
No, there's quite a few other series.
Meron ba? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Style.
Yeah. Okay. So for this plate, you can just use one color, or you can use a lot of colors. Okay. But you cannot use the light colors. You cannot use yellow. You cannot use yellow orange, and you cannot use yellow green. Of course, you're not going to use white. I don't use white for watercolor. If I want it to be lighter, I just put more water. Okay. So you can. I'm a right-handed, so I will rotate it this way. It depends. So you can do any style that you want. Some of my students, they even build it or something. So it's up to you. Okay, this is very important. I always have this tissue with me. So mixture for this plate is around 50% pigment, 50% water. Okay. There's really no way for you to distinguish if it's exactly 50-50. It depends on how you do. You have to do a lot of practice for you to be feel it. Okay? So, hindi siya pwede masyadong malabnaw. Hindi rin pwedeng malapot, no? So, it should be just right. If it's too thick, meaning it's a lot of pigment, it will dry up very, very fast. So, you have to do it, you have to paint everything very fast. Okay? So, you have to prevent paint from drying up on one spot. Once na mag-dry up siya, it will show some stain, no? So, we don't like that to be happen. Okay? So, it should be very, very smooth. Okay? Yeah. Okay? So, it should be very, very smooth, no? So, let's say, I'm going to use turquoise blue. this type of mixture is too thick. Okay. This one I think is too much water. Okay. So we have to do in between these two. Okay. So cannot be too much pigment, cannot be too much water, no. So it should be around like this. Okay. Here. Okay. So let's start on this for this box. I will start on this edge and then I will try to draw everything to my right. Okay. Once you cover the area, you cannot go back. Okay. So basically, you can just paint it once now. Let's say there's some dirt or the brush here, let's say left on one spot. You just have to wait for it to dry up before you can go back to that spot to remove it. Okay. So don't worry about the lines now. Oh, it's not that straight. It's okay. Okay. The important for this plate is the surface should be very smooth. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to draw all the paint to my right, and then I'll make sure that the edge is also always there's enough storage of pigment on the edge so that it won't dry up very fast. Okay. So this, I think, some residue from the tissue, or I don't know, or maybe I'm in a hurry and then I didn't mix the pigment well with the water. Okay. So you just have to try to draw everything, and then okay. Let's say you put too much pigment, okay, on the corner, and then you want to of course this will turns out darker compared to the other portion, no? So you can actually remove some of it. So you have to make sure that it's not that dry, okay, and then you can remove the pigment as long as prevent the brush touching the paper. Okay, so you just get it from the top. Okay, okay, like that. Okay, so any question? It's very easy, right? Okay.
Seems like.
Yeah. So I allow multiple submissions for SIGWork and homework. Okay, so you can submit everything, even the practice plate. Okay, so practice plate you have to finish everything. Hindi pwedeng two panels lang and then you're going to submit the rest. No, you have to finish everything. And then I don't allow cut and paste. You cannot cut this and then paste it on the news on a new paper. Hindi pwede, no. So you really have to do everything one again, no, para malinis na. Okay. So okay. So guys, actually this is only my style, no. I'm just sharing to you what I think it will be easy to do this watercolor presentation. So it's still up to you if you have your own style. I'm open to learn it. Okay. I also have a lot of students that are artists, painters. They're actually really good on watercolor. So I also learned from them. So a lot of students in TSID are second degree holder. Okay. So okay. can actually erase it. Let's say lumagpas. Okay. So you just have to use some water. Okay. Okay. And then usually I just, let's say nagkamali, no, you have lines like this, diba? You just leave it that way and then you just paint over it. Okay, I can tell naman eh. Okay, so important for me is the way you paint you use the watercolor and um, how you are how you will be able to paint it properly, evenly. Okay, so I don't mind with yung mga lines na yan. No? Okay, so do you want to use other shade? Let's see now. So red. Okay. Okay. Here. Okay. So let me discuss the other way, the homework. Okay.